This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out more, visit our website.
Hello and welcome to News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil. Joining me is Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
Hello, Neil, and hello, everybody. Yes, in today's story, the Queen has given out an award, but not to an individual, it's to a whole organisation.
If you'd like to test yourself on any of the vocabulary you hear in this programme, there's a quiz on our website at bbclearningenglish.com. Now, for more about that story, let's hear this BBC News report.
Queen Elizabeth has awarded one of Britain's highest honours, the George Cross, to the National Health Service. In a handwritten message, the Queen praised the courage, compassion and dedication of NHS staff since the publicly funded service was set up in the aftermath of the Second World War.
Yes, so Queen Elizabeth gives out lots of awards, often to individuals, but this time she has given the George Cross to the UK's National Health Service, which is the publicly funded health service. Now, the George Cross is given for acts of bravery and heroism. So she's recognising the dedication and devotion of all the people who work for the National Health Service.
That's right. It's an award for heroes, isn't it?
It is, yes.
OK, well, you've been looking at this story. You've picked out some really interesting vocabulary. What have you got?
Yes, today we are looking at honours, frontline and mark.
Honours, frontline and mark. So let's have a look at your first headline, please, Catherine.
Yes, we're starting with Reuters. The headline, Queen Elizabeth honours Britain's health service for pandemic work.
Honours. Shows respect, often by giving an award.
Yes, now this is spelt H-O-N-O-U-R-S, but when you listen carefully, you will find that the beginning H is silent. So we don't say honours, we say honours, silent H.
That's right, honours. And people may know this word probably as a noun, an honour.
Yes, you can give somebody an honour or something can be an honour. Now, this word is all about recognising and respecting people and things. So, somebody asks you, Neil, to present an award, or somebody gives you an award or does something to recognise how special and great you are. They give you an honour, or they honour you, or you can be honoured. So it's all about recognising and respecting.
Yes, and there as a verb you just used it to honour someone. And that sometimes comes with an award, like a medal or something. Sometimes not, though.
Yeah, it doesn't always. I mean, you can just, praise somebody in public and you can say, I'm honouring their contribution to this organisation. So one day, Neil, you will be honoured for your work at BBC Learning English. You will be given maybe a medal, maybe you'll get a little bit of money, or maybe just a big round of applause. Lots of people clapping to honour your English language teaching broadcasting work.
Likewise, Catherine. And we will both feel deeply honoured.
Deeply honoured, yes.
OK, let's have a look at our next headline, please.
And we're in the UK with Mail Online. The headline, NHS gets George Cross, Queen awards medal to all staff and praises COVID heroes for frontline effort.
Frontline. Describe someone with a leading role in an activity.
Yes, now this word is made of two short words joined together, and they are front, F-R-O-N-T, and then line, L-I-N-E, so we get frontline.
Yeah, front line. So we know both of those words, front and line. But together, why does it have this meaning? It's got a military connection, hasn't it?
It does, yes. Now, if you think of traditional or old-fashioned battles, you would have two groups of soldiers meeting in a particular area, often a field, the battlefield, and literally a group of soldiers would have a line of soldiers right at the front, ready to meet the other soldiers, the enemy soldiers, And that line of soldiers at the front was the front line, and it was the most difficult and dangerous place to be. So that's the military context. If we bring it to an everyday use, anytime you're operating in the difficult arena of your job, the most dangerous, the most stressful, often dealing with the public in crisis, you're a frontline worker, or that you have a frontline role. So if we think about in the National Health Service, the frontline workers are the ones who deal with patients in intensive care, in the emergency room. They're dressing wounds, treating illnesses, dealing with relatives. It's all the people who have the contact with the emotional, difficult, stressful part of the job. Now, non-frontline workers would be people who work in the offices, behind the scenes, doing the logistics, paperwork, bookwork, procurement, that kind of thing. Still a difficult and important job, but it's the ones that are facing the public, dealing with the really hectic, chaotic emergency situations. They are the frontline workers.
Yeah, and as you said, there's a kind of sense of risk involved often, health workers might get infected, for example, but also we talk about frontline workers as those who are dealing with the public.
Yes, we often do. And it's not just for medical stuff. We can use frontline workers in all the services, the police, ambulance service, fire service. They all have frontline workers. But we also use it in non-service, non-emergency roles. So you can talk about restaurants, the frontline staff, or the staff who deal with the public, serving meals, taking money, that kind of thing. They're still frontline workers.
Yes, they are. Okay, let's have our next headline, please.
Yes, so we're now with Sky News, and the headline is Queen gives courageous and dedicated NHS the George Cross as William and Kate mark its 73rd birthday.
Mark, celebrate or show respect to something.
Yes, this is a noun and also a verb in the headline. M-A-R-K, to mark or to make a mark. Now, Neil, as a parent of two lovely children, I bet you're very careful about when you leave a pen lying around, aren't you?
Well, yes, if you leave a pen lying around with children, they might mark things or make marks everywhere.
Yes, so you come back into the room and there's a big black line in the middle of your cream sofa. And it's not a good experience, is it?
No, my sofa has been marked.
That pen, that line or splodge of ink, it's a mark, isn't it? And the thing is, once your sofa's marked, every time you walk in the room, you look at it, don't you?
Yes, it draws attention to itself. And that's the key here with this expression.
Exactly that. So in our headline, we're not talking about pens and sofas and kids, but we are talking about drawing attention to something, remembering, in fact. We use it to commemorate, to remember, to draw attention, to show respect. So if you mark an occasion, you do something which shows the significance of this occasion.
Yes, and it's all to do with significance, isn't it? Probably, a birthday in your mid-30s or 40s is not very significant. You perhaps wouldn't say that you were marking it, but maybe a 50th wedding anniversary or something like that is different.
You'd probably mark that occasion with a big celebration. Maybe more expensive gifts would be given on a big birthday like a 50th. Or a 21st, we often mark people's 21st birthdays with a large gift and a party. So different cultures have different ways of marking life events.
Now, when we mark an event, it's not necessarily a happy or a sad event. It can be either. For example, people often mark the anniversary of an end of a war with a minute's silence.
Yes, there's lots of ways we can do collective commemoration or collective acts that we all do to mark a serious or sad occasion, and in particular anniversaries. You can do all sorts of things to mark events. So William and Kate are marking the 73rd birthday of the NHS by going to a church service And they're also going to have a party, a tea party in Buckingham Palace with some guests. So they're marking a birthday with a birthday party.
Lovely. Time now for a recap of the vocabulary, please.
Yes, we had honours, shows respect, often by giving an award. We had frontline, describes someone with a leading role in an activity. And we had mark, celebrate or show respect to something.
If you want to test yourself on the vocabulary, there's a quiz on our website, bbclearningenglish.com. And don't forget you can find us all over social media. Thanks for joining us and goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Trace from the Horror Queers podcast. Shudder is the ultimate streaming service for fans of horror, thrillers, and the supernatural. Shudder offers an unbeatable selection from Hollywood favorites and cult classics to original series and critically acclaimed new genre films you won't find anywhere else. Explore the best collection of horror that pushes boundaries, showcases bold, original storytelling, and offers something new to watch every week. Available ad-free and through the platforms you're already on. Shudder. So good, it's scary. Sign up at shudder.com.